game over, man. It's game over.
So we're playing Die Hard this week.
Yeah, very exciting.
Is that because it's Christmas?
Oh, yeah.
Is this the most Christmassy game that we own?
Yes, and on that note, Merry Christmas, Tim.
Merry Christmas, Joe. So, so Die Hard. Is there, I mean, short of like winter games or something like that, is there even any, did they make like a corpse killer, but like with candy canes, like Candy Cane Killer? Nothing.
I don't think they did.
We're gonna make that game now.
No.
Candy Cane Killer.
Candy Cane Killer. We could totally make that. And as you all probably may have guessed, is we're doing this because of the ultra controversy over, is Die Hard a Christmas movie?
It's not even much of a controversy anymore.
Well, not anymore. As of right now, the studio has come out and said it totally is.
They're just doing that because it's the 30th anniversary and they're trying to get people to watch it more.
Agreed. They probably are doing it for that reason, but at the same time, they have come out and said, that it is now officially a Christmas movie, which I've always thought so. It is my favorite Christmas movie, even before it got the official green light.
Yeah, I was always the asshole teen that said that it was a Christmas movie just because I wanted to be difficult and watch Die Hard instead of actual Christmas movies. Because in general, I've never been a huge Christmas movie fan. I've always liked Christmas specials a lot more. Like, I wanted to watch Rudolph and the Grinch and all those. I didn't want to watch necessarily like the big budget, like Christmas with the Cranks never really interested me. So when somebody asks, like, what's my favorite Christmas movie, I'd just be like, Die Hard.
No, I actually love Die Hard because Bruce Willis, I love his acting, and I love Alan Rickman as well. They both probably my two favorites.
That's good. I recently watched a 35mm version of this because they played it at one of our local theaters, which is amazing that it was really high quality too. It was fun to watch it like that and have it be on a big like super projector and still in film. So we're going up to the roof now. That's why the set's kind of changed a little bit in this.
I love.
But it was fun. So Rochester had two 35mm copies in it on the same, like at the same time because there's two different theaters showing it in 35mm, which is pretty fucking awesome for a size city that we have.
It is awesome. I do enjoy with this game with the cutscenes how well they did the caricatures for the actors, and they look just like them.
Yeah, I mean, for an 8-bit Nintendo game, that's, pretty solid.
Yeah, I love this. This game is ridiculously hard to play because you need to get all the keys for the locks, and every time you get hit, you lose the items that you had, and you have 2 health bars. You have one for you getting hit, and you also have one for your feet.
Well, I know anytime that I get hit, I pull all the stuff out of my pockets and throw it on the ground. So, I mean, that seems pretty natural.
All the times you've been shot with bullets?
Yeah, or even just punched.
Oh, okay.
I may take less items out, like just my keys or something.
But you see here, I'm exploring, and these are like beer cans, I think, that regain your health, and I couldn't understand why.
You didn't drink any beer in the movie.
Okay, then they're Coca-Cola cans, but there were these
you didn't drink any Coke in the movie.
What did he...
I mean, there was Coke being done in the movie, but it was all by that one fucking asshole salesman.
Yeah. But see, you grab all your items, and then you default to the best possible weapon, and then you only have limited thing, and then you go back to the bullets from the pistol.
The thing that I thought was the hardest in this game, aside from, I mean, the clear lack of RAM to be able to try and run a game like this with this top down on it, and that's partly why it just goes black like that, is you have 2 health bars. So you have your regular health bar, and you also have a foot health bar, and your foot health bar goes down the more that you walk. So if you have to explore a lot, your foot health bar is going to go down too.
Which you have the med packs for, because originally we couldn't figure out why he wasn't healing with the med packs, and we realized, oh, those are only for his foot bandages. But like I said, you're managing too much in an 8-bit game. I do like that when you do disturbance on a particular floor, Hans comes over the PA and alerts his guards to which floor you're on, and you have to quick go to a different floor. I love the Christmas tree. I'm just gonna put that out there. I love the Christmas tree and this. That's why I did a circle around it, because I was like, oh my gosh, I love this.
Yeah, no, I liked it. I liked that they limited it to only a couple floors, and in the movie they locked the elevators at floor like 29, anyways. So
Right, I do like how,
the whole movie only takes place over a couple floors.
well, that's why I like how accurate it is. I like the fact that, you know, it actually does a lot of what he was doing, what John was doing in the movie. So,
Well, I mean, there's a lot more henchmen in this than in the movie. In the
Agreed.
movie, there was like 9 of them.
right, but I mean, to make it an interesting NES game, you need that. You know, it tells you which floors you're on and what to do, and it's just, I liked it. It's definitely not an easy game, and as you see, you know, I only got one lock unlocked, and you know, back to the avoiding bullets.
Back to the menagerie of this, coming like all the floor just dropping in and dropping out.
Yeah, because it was part of it was exploring, part of it, you know, was just trying to learn how to efficiently kill the enemies without dying too much, and
Yeah, it was hard to describe how the controls actually were for this. Shooting that gun is not easy.
no, it's not like you just you turn and walk as you're turning and shooting.
Like how it kind of spreads in that arcing, like that's typically how it's gonna go. It almost felt like it had similar controls to the really, really early 3D games where like you couldn't quite move the camera as well.
Well, you couldn't quite move or shoot. You had to do both at the same time with the same controls.
Yeah. So it feels very much like you're trying to move the camera and also move your body in like those early 3D games. That's what it felt like to me.
I agree.
Very rarely was I hitting something that like I could actually like. I felt like I was hitting guys, but not like accurately at all.
Right. So you see here, I'm up in the ductwork, and it's amazing.
Yeah, it's fun that they put the ductwork right into this game as well. I wish they utilized it a little bit more. I'd be interested to put a code onto this just to see how much of the game is actually like how boring it gets after a while.
I mean, we could totally do that too. We can show off the full game at some point. Which, for those of you watching, this particular copy, we learned later, after it sat in Tim's collection for a while, how expensive this game really is.
Yeah, I bought this as a kid because I just like Die Hard. So I mean, I might have paid $15 for this game, and it's like a $110 game.
Yeah,
it shouldn't be.
Yeah.
It's not a very good game.
Oh, it's an awful game. It's
yeah. If you're looking to play this and you don't own a copy, don't go buy one.
Just get the ROM.
Try it on an emulator first. If you're like, oh my god, I love playing this game, then contact me and I might sell you mine.
Yeah.
But it's it's a lot of exploring. If
It
you
was.
like exploring, then it's something to be said. But you die very quickly in it.
Yeah, I'm sitting at 2 health bar, and I'm just walking around trying to find out where I go. That's basically the idea there. But we're about to wrap it up with this one, and as always, Hans comes across and alerts everybody that you failed.
Yeah. So I also have the Sega Saturn version of Die Hard, and this is the Die Hard trilogy. So if you're familiar with the old arcade cabinets, this is just that, but on a Saturn. So Saturn was really hard pressed to try and get a bunch of games when it first came out. So what they did is they took a lot of the Sega arcade cabinets that they had, and then they would make the game versions of that, because a lot of them that were coming out were like 32-bit. That's really where you got like the Virtua Fighter, Virtua Racing. There was another NASCAR racing game. So those are all just really well done ports off of arcade cabinets. And this is another one that they took the arcade cabinet and ported it right on, and it's almost from what I can remember, I haven't played the cabinet in a while, it's almost a perfect port.
And the load screens. Oh, the load screens.
Yeah, short of the load screens, but
Right.
to have Saturn gets a lot of shit, and I gotta say that if you're looking for some certain games to really be able to play at home, it does have perfect ports for a number of games. Like if you want a Virtua Fighter console, just go buy a Sega Saturn.
Yeah, I
It's-
don't know where
it's the exact same thing.
I don't know where those stairs went. Like, I don't know if the developers just gave up, but why make it so I can go up the stairs if I can only go up, for a second? The visual on this, I liked the early polygon trick that they were doing, but you could see through the walls, so you kind of were previewed in what's the next room, as long as you were near the wall.
Yeah, it was all stuff that they definitely worked out a lot more. I also had a computer version of a sequel to this, and it was called Die Hard Viva Las Vegas.
Yeah.
It was relatively the exact same game. It wasn't very good.
Well-
You're just in a casino.
Well, and another thing is, you see all the barrage of enemies that was in the last game. Like, this one literally has tens of guys in this room, all trying to attack you. And
I like the premise of this one more, though.
Oh, no,
of how you have to So the premise of this game that we didn't actually get into yet is this one. You walk around and you have to rescue all the hostages. So there's a little bit of a purpose to it, and
which I do like. Like I said, that he's a police officer. He's rescuing these people, but it doesn't really follow the movie as closely as the NES
well,
game
no, he was
did.
never in the parking garage.
Well, that's my point. It's like it doesn't.
Yeah.
It's not good to a good representation of the movie.
It's a game though that I feel like as much as I don't really want to play the NES game, but if I really worked at the NES game, I think I could only get to a certain point. I really feel like if I put some time into this one, I could probably beat it.
Well, yeah, I think this one is more visually stimulating, and I think the gameplay is a little easier to grab a hold of.
Yeah, obviously we're playing it poorly and we're not going to make very far in this, but you're always looking at this show. What you get our first runs. You don't get our best runs. You get our first runs.
Yeah, as you see, I'm running around because I have no idea where I'm going or what I'm doing. I'm learning the controls. I'm jumping around because I don't know what the buttons do yet, because we literally picked it up and threw it in and said, let's play this, because...
The other one sucked, and we have 8 minutes of footage. Let's play a different Die Hard.
Well, that and it's Christmas, and I think the viewers should get 2 games for Christmas as a present.
Yeah, so that's our present to you. 2 shitty Die Hard games.
For the price of one.
In a row for the price of one. So I gotta say, from watching Die Hard, it's more of a Christmas movie than I thought it was.
See,
It's the entire soundtrack is all Christmas stuff, and I kind of forgot that. Like, it was always a very good action movie, and it definitely took place at Christmas. But I never I feel like Christmas movies really need kind of like a story of redemption in them, and it sort of does. I discussed this a lot more on the podcast because coincidentally we Mike and I did a lot of fringe Christmas movies as one of our topics because we did 3 Christmas episodes this year.
So the links will be in the description below. If you like, love, or not sure about Screen Shuffle, give it a look, because it's really great.
Yeah, it's fun. It's more of this with less video and games.
And games.
So nothing like this other than me talking.
Right. But
yeah, so we talked about Die Hard, and we came to the conclusion that it was, but kind of barely.
Well, that's the thing, is a lot of people argued that it's not a Christmas movie because there's no Christmas themes. And I said, well, by that logic, A Wonderful Life isn't a Christmas movie because, sure,
there's more Christmas themes in it. It's a Wonderful Life.
But he gets his redemption story, but I don't know. I guess I feel that A Wonderful Life could happen anytime, and that's why I feel that Die Hard could have only ever happened at Christmas.
But you can say that about a lot of movies.
Agreed. You're right.
I don't think that makes it a Christmas.
No,
that's just, if you change the writing on it, then sure, it's a different movie.
No, I didn't say it was exclusively that's the reason, but I feel like that's what my justification for the longest time is because people would always say, oh, Die Hard's not a Christmas movie. And I said, but it is. It happens during Christmas, and all the points are right there. The fact that, it's the one day of the year that they knew that they could do the hold-up. They could do it with the limited staffing in the thing. They could take the number of hostages they did. It literally could only happen on that particular national holiday.
Yeah, but that's yet again, it's one of those because of how they did it. I'm sure that you could have the exact same movie, which they kind of did, in Die Hard 3. Yes, you can still make an action movie with a guy that wants to steal a whole bunch of shit on a different time of year. You just change it a little bit.
Well, that's what they said about Lethal Weapon as well, as everyone was saying, oh, Lethal Weapon could be a Christmas movie as well for similar reasons.
Yeah, so I mean, it's one of those. There's certain people that like to put movies at Christmas. Shane Black, the director of Lethal Weapon, loved doing that. He did it in Iron Man 3. He did it in Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. He did it in a couple other of his movies too. Like he put Christmas in a lot of movies,
Almost on purpose.
It's just a theme that he likes to do. So sometimes you get a lot from shooting stuff at that time, and you kind of get a feeling that you have from it, but it doesn't necessarily make it like a Christmas movie. But it definitely adds to, if you're trying to do kind of a story of a redeeming character, you get this underlying tone that you can get only at that time.
Oh, I love this here. I totally busted into the dude that was taking a piss, and I fucking killed him. So, it's great that you get to preview what's in the next room. And if you look at the map, I didn't realize till later that the blue guys are the enemies and the red ones are the hostages. So you totally want to go after, try to get your hostages out without setting up. Because if you kill too many people, they just respawn, and then you need more of them.
Yeah, and I like that they had counters for them though, because I think they have counters for both of the hostages and the bad guys in it. Because in the bad guys, the 13 is up at the top.
Yeah,
Those are the bad guys.
And he's got his mugshot, and if you kill him, then it dials down to the next one, and when it gets to a certain point, then they just bring in more of them, and they come up the elevator, and they come get you, and that's pretty much the only consistent theme with the movie is that they're using the elevators. You're in a tower building, like of course they're going to use the elevators.
Good old Nakatomi Plaza.
Yes.
But yeah, this is an okay game. I mean, for it being an arcade port and stuff like that.
I mean, you could have slapped any name on it though, and it could have been. It didn't have to be Die Hard for this particular gameplay. It's a hostage rescue game if you really boil it down.
Oh, kind of like how Die Hard is an action movie and not a Christmas movie if you really boil it down.
I will defend
Mister, you take something out of something, then it's something completely different.
But like I said, if it doesn't happen at Christmas, it's not Die Hard. So
okay, well, if this game doesn't have Die Hard on the title, it's not Die Hard either.
Well, they've done that with it. How many?
It's just action Running Man.
How many games have they done that with? The licensing got pulled or something like that, and they had the gameplay and they had to just change the name. But that's another story for another day.
Yeah, we can get into playing some of those. That could be fun.
Yeah, like I said, if you're a big fan of playing games poorly and you'd like to suggest a game to us that you feel that we would play very poorly, either because of difficulty or just because we haven't played this game in 30 years, let us know. We definitely welcome the suggestions.
Yeah. We also have to own it too. I mean, I will try to find some of these games, but if I don't own it, it's not going to be played. So, I mean, if you're requesting like DuckTales 2, I don't own a copy of it. So, and we already did DuckTales.
Yeah, DuckTales. We're kind of off the Disney route for now. We might revisit it again, but
I mean, we have a variety of systems. I definitely want to get into some different stuff.
Well, that's why
this was fun actually touching in having a 3D game for a little bit.
Yeah, well, that's why we did so many of the NES ones in the first few, and we played the NES version. But I want to show off that we're not just going to review the NES exclusive titles. We're going to do Saturn. We're going to do Genesis. We're going to do SNES games. But like I said, if there's something you're looking for, let us know. You're obviously the viewers. You're the reason why we're here. So,
well, the games are why we're here. Viewers are nice. You guys are nice.
Thanks for watching. But I'm on my last leg here, so I'm gonna take a few hits and then it's gonna be over.
Joe's about wrapping this up on this one, so we can start kind of wrapping ourselves up. Any big gaming plans for the holidays?
Yeah, actually, just Christmas, I got myself a Nintendo the Famicom Disk System, so I'm going to be playing some Zelda on the disc. So if you're less familiar, take a look, and we might be posting some content from the FDS coming up as a preview.
That could be fun.
Yeah.
I'd like to try playing. I mean, I'm really good at Mario too, but I'd like to try playing Doki Doki Panic if you get that. That
Yeah.
could be a fun game.
Yeah, surprisingly, Matty Q got me Doki Doki Panic for Christmas, so
Oh, nice.
Merry Christmas to me. So
Very cool.
yeah.
That'll be definitely a fun one.
Oh yes, very exciting.
I don't have any retro stuff that I'm playing. I got a Switch, so I'm started diving into the Switch, and there's some fun classic stuff on there. I actually kind of want to do a Mega Man 10 or 9. They did them in 8-bit. I
Yeah.
think that could be kind of fun because I had never really seen a whole lot of them until I played them recently.
Right, because they weren't naturally released. They redid.
Yeah,
them
they were
in-
only virtual consoles.
right because they did them in the style of.
Yeah, they did them in the style of the NES style, and you can't even there's no sliding in it. There's no charging your weapon.
Right.
It's straight up like Mega
Mega
Man
Man.
1. Yeah.
But-
So
That was Die Hard, and a very Merry Christmas to all the fans. And we just want to say thank you for continuing to watch and support our channel, and like, comment, subscribe. Retro Takeout.
cool. Thanks for watching.